That
Yeah,
young and naive gentleman.
That was a good period in life.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That was
Sitting
in your
on
first...
a cruise ship
Nice.
with Brenda Sesser.
Yep. That was kind of at the beginning of the relationship, right?
Yes, it was.
Very nice.
We were having a good time.
Very nice.
And
Well,
we are as well today.
Mm-hmm.
the three of us. We're not as good at company as Brenda, but
How's
welcome,
everybody today?
welcome to another edition of Minerals Live.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we have to say it. This is the last Minerals
The
Live
last
for
Minerals
the
Live.
guy
On this far
camera
end.
left or camera
Yeah.
right, whatever it is. I don't know.
How many have we done? How many years have we been doing this?
Well, gosh, it's 13. Yeah, 13 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I joined the Collector's Edge in April of 1999, and it's been a fantastic period. It's really been quite the experience to work here, getting to work with the very finest in employees that
He's
have
lying.
been great to work with, and the very finest in crystallized mineral specimens. So it's actually been a thrill to work here for 23 years. Been treated well, got to meet a lot of nice people, and both inside and outside the company. So if you ever have a chance and a desire to work for the Collector's Edge, I would say go for it. It's a good place to work.
Send in your resume.
Yep.
Anyway, any words of wisdom, Christopher, on this subject?
Well, I sent in
You're-
my
you're
resume and I'm
replacement.
here.
Christopher
So
is
23 years from now,
Yeah.
Right.
I will look like this.
Yeah.
And
Oh, my
you
gosh.
can send in your replacement or your resume and replace me. So
Exactly. Well, it's an amazing company. I mean, they were started in 1984 and still going strong, getting great minerals and showing them to people all over the world. So it's been a really exciting period for me.
I bet. And for us.
Yeah.
We learned a lot working with you, Steve, and
Well,
we're going to miss you
thanks.
around here.
Thanks.
So,
I appreciate it.
yep.
it's
And,
been a pleasure working with you.
Thanks.
And, we'll go start with a little trip down memory lane. This wasn't not
my
too long
gosh.
ago, down
Yeah.
in Tucson last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Last
yes.
April.
One of the COVID Central.
Yep.
Yeah.
To the beautiful bicolor star there.
The super spreader event.
The Super
yeah.
Spreader event down there in Tucson, although from what I understand, the only real Super Spreader event that we ever heard of was one held in Dallas.
In Dallas, yeah.
But, for what we know.
Yep.
Oh, golly.
We're not going to go there.
No, we're not.
And then this is the last one.
Yeah.
Just a few, a couple months
Looks
ago
like
now, with
a
James.
good friend of ours, James Webb, with Focal Crystal in Houston, Texas, was
the new gallery.
enjoying the new gallery, the Fine Mineral Gallery
Yep.
down in Tucson.
Yep. And Steve would sell minerals anywhere. He went from one of the finest venues in mineral sales to the back end of the truck.
This is a rare picture.
Yes.
This was on the 420. I'm not into a lot of the lingo for smoking dope.
Yeah.
But in Denver, Colorado, there's something on April 20th, the 420 day, and they were having a big convention of all of the people growing and smoking weed, and we just decided that it would be a great time to put a truck full of rocks out for sale, and it was amazing how well rocks sold to those who were doing some
Inebriated.
Of the weed. Yep. So and they all paid cash, which was
Go
very
figure.
interesting. So crazy
my gosh.
times.
Yep. And oops, go away. There we go. And Steve will sell just about anything. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I was
modeling his mining gear here
Yep, modeling mining gear
for its West.
for It's West company.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, they couldn't have gotten a finer model than that. That's for sure.
Oh gosh. And then you were over into Hong Kong for a couple shows.
Yeah, we went over there for a
China.
couple shows and into China. Richard's our real China expert, but I did have a few times over in China that were fun.
Fun. You volunteered to go to Hong Kong, but you wouldn't go to Changsha anymore and Shenzhou anymore. No comment.
The food's better in Hong Kong than it is.
Yeah.
But just my personal opinion.
Yeah, well, speaking of food,
That looks pretty darn good.
I'm not sure what you were eating at that time.
It's some sort of ice cream sundae, and it was darn good,
Oh, my gosh.
That brought a smile to my face.
And then back to China.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never know quite what they would have in those cases
in
there.
those meat markets.
It's something that was originally living and breathing, but you may not recognize what species it was.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Yep. And, gosh.
And that was a well prepared batch of food there in
was.
China. That's not normal.
And then you got to do the television duty when we were in Tucson. I always volunteered for that. Who was this broadcaster you were talking to?
I don't quite know
what her name was,
but it was a memorable experience nonetheless.
We'll just leave it at that. Moving on to your Viva Viagra hat.
Yeah, and I'm not really sure where in the world that was taken. I don't remember. But you got to have fun in life.
Oh, I'm telling you.
For sure.
Christopher's speechless. But then you moved on to
Agape.
you moved on to Robert Snyder.
Robert Snyder. Yep, Stone Trust, they're great friends of the Collector's Edge and great personal friends.
Yeah,
Marty's in,
Marty.
a show promoter and mineral collector extraordinaire.
Absolutely.
Bruce Orick and Graham Sutton.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a crowd.
Yeah, that was a party, and you got dressed up for it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeehaw.
This would be the only time in life you will ever see me in a cowboy hat.
Just missing the bolo
It
tie.
was at one of our open houses here at the... Yeah, I could have used a bolo tie there, that's for sure. Boy, I wish that jacket fit me as well today as it did there.
Well, gosh, if you were wearing it on this day, this was the most svelte I ever saw you. It was Denver Show 2009, I want to say this was, or 2010.
I'll be darned.
Yep. Yeah, I think you were like 180 pounds at that point.
My goodness. That's a low.
That's all.
I think I was born at 180 pounds. Oh, gosh.
But some good times here.
Yeah.
I think I got a couple more. Oh, here's one with your favorite product.
Oh.
Pyrite balls.
These pyrite balls were great, and they sold like hotcakes.
They did, with your help. And, of course, it takes a lot out of you.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, this is a classic photo.
Yep.
Yeah, packing up at the end of a show,
Mm-hmm.
that's about just as much as we could do that day.
Yep.
So
Anyway, and this is what happens if you cross Graham Sutton.
Oh, my gosh. Now, I've heard this story, but I didn't see the physical evidence.
Yep. At
That's
least
awesome.
Graham said he took it easy on me. This was on my front porch one day after work. He had, for one reason or another, outside our wholesale warehouse, he had this toilet outside the door. And so I said, well, this looked like Graham Sutton's throne of honor, so I put a little sign on it. He took offense at that, and so he delivered that toilet to my front porch and put a little gypsum lamp on the top of it and plugged it in there so that everybody going by both day and night could see that this was my new artwork on my front porch. So.
Did you get a letter from the HOA?
No, I got rid of that
Quick enough
device pretty quickly.
Right.
Does that count as an outhouse?
It is a house, and it's outside, so must be.
Oh, dear. Anyway.
Yeah, well, thanks for memory lane there, Richard.
Then I had another one here. I don't know what this was, but you gave us this one. You did this on vacation somewhere or something.
Yeah, I think it was. Or on a road trip.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure where this was from. It's funny how the mind goes when you get to my age.
Anyway, gosh, a lot of good times.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I am going to miss everybody here and all the fine collectors out there that I've met over the years. It's been a great ride.
Yep, there you go.
So,
it's the toughest job you'll ever love here. So before you send your resume in, it is a lot of hard work here, but
that's for
but
sure.
we get to play with rocks all day long, so how hard could it be?
Exactly. And you just finished your last road trip not too long ago.
Yes, finished the last road trip, and Richard is going
getting ready to head
out
on mine.
on the next road trip, and you're leaving
weeks.
pretty quick.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So if you're points west of Golden, Colorado, let me know. Hopefully we can squeeze you in. Actually, I've gotten a lot of positive responses, so the dance card
Yes.
is pretty full by now, but we can always try.
Yep.
Let me know.
And it won't be long. Christopher will be striking out once again, probably in the June-July time period. He'll be out on the road headed east and to the Midwest. We're going to spend a little bit more time in the Midwest than we have in the past. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess without further ado, we'll let Steve do what he does best.
Oh, heck.
And
we're all going to jump in on this one.
We'll try. We'll try to sell a few rocks.
Let's see what we got.
First one is a fluorite
Yep.
from Shangbao Mine in Hunan Province in China. And what I was blown away with are two different things. One is the intense luster on this piece. It is as glassy a luster as you will ever see. Turning around on the turntable in a minute, this is just as flashy a luster as you're going to see. A nice light purple color, and it's I think a little. It's a little darker in that photo than I'm seeing it in person, but fluorite's so crazy.
Yep.
It's just really hard to judge these things except under the light you're looking at it on that point in time.
Right.
It's like a real chameleon. It moves along with the light.
Yep.
This is a big piece, folks, and you're going to love the price on this piece.
Yep.
If you're looking for a great Chinese fluorite with excellent transparency and the crystals very well formed and super high glassy luster, you can just see it as it's going around the turntable. Everything's flashing. What's the size of this, Rich?
The specimen measures 11 by 11.5 by 4.5 centimeters.
So nearly 5 inches across, folks. And to get something from China these days, from Shangbao, this size, with individual crystals measuring over an inch across, 2.8 centimeters is the largest that we measured across. So this is a big plate with high quality fluorite, and you will not believe the price Richard's offering this for today.
We're darn near giving it away. It's
I think so.
$600.
$600.
Yep.
So if you're interested in a great fluorite from the country of China, from Shangbao Mine in Hunan Province, get a hold of Richard. You can just send him an email at minerals@collectorsedge.com, and he will send this out to your home or office.
Absolutely.
At no charge on the outbound leg of the shipment, so you won't have to pay any shipping charges.
Absolutely.
Outbound.
Yep. And some people do prefer the office.
Yep.
We have a few of those.
We do indeed.
Keep things
Yeah.
out of sight.
Harmonious.
Exactly.
On the home front.
Yep. Anyway, specimen number 2.
Number 2.
Staying in China.
I think this is a really
I love this
piece.
one.
This is, yeah.
You know, one of the great things about working at the Collector's Edge is that you get to see some very large lots of mineral specimens, because for the Collector's Edge, as many tens of thousands of mineral specimens as we sell each year, it's hard to buy things one or two at a time. And so when we find something that we think is a beautiful occurrence of a mineral species, we'll get a big lot. And this was on one occurrence when we were buying some Ferruginous Quartz from China. This was, in my opinion, in the top 1 or 2% of the entire lot of hundreds of pieces that we got. The plate is in great shape. This is actually quite large. When Richard tells you the size of this, you're going to be surprised how big this piece is. Great luster. And all of this iron staining that's trapped, it's within the quartz. It isn't just on the quartz. It's actually captured within the quartz. And you researched a little bit about this today.
I was curious, because you see this with quartzes, you see it with calcites and other things, and I was like, so, the iron's there, obviously, but you get, of course, amethyst, where you've got trace amounts there, and just what is happening here where it captures. Well, it turns out that if you have the free-floating iron in solution, it actually nucleates much easier at a lower. It takes less energy for it to form on a surface than it does for it to just precipitate out. So it literally, as soon as it's bumping there, it's gonna graft onto that much faster than it would just drop out of solution from
and then as it's deposited on the surface of the quartz, and then in some cases the quartz is still crystallizing, and it goes over top, and these ferruginous quartz have inclusions of the iron oxide within the quartz itself, and the color is beautiful, and the association with it looked like calcite to me from a distance, but I didn't look for sure whether it was dolomite or calcite, but a carbonate there.
Yep.
It could be.
I believe
is it on the card?
It just says hematite.
It just says quartz with hematite. So that white dusting that looks like it snowed on this quartz group is actually one of the carbonates. It's either a dolomite or a calcite, and there are some chalcopyrites also, I think, in the middle of this, and dusted around in spots. Fairly nice sized crystals. What's the size of this piece, Rich?
Overall, it's 11 by 10.5 by 5.5 centimeters.
That's a big boy.
It is a big boy.
It's a
you can
nice
barely
piece.
get it on the turntable.
Yeah, and it's really attractive. So if you the first two pieces on the show, and we've got another great China piece coming up later. If you're collecting things from China and you don't have one of these are actually really classic from this. How would you say that, Richard? Zhubashan or
that's close enough.
Zhubashan. From Jiangxi province in China.
So we've got two of the most popular. So fluorite and quartz.
Yep.
And what's the price on this guy? I'm interested.
Oh, you want to know? Well, we'll just go right to that then.
Yeah.
Where am I at here? $750. Yep.
Yeah, it's a great buy. So if you collect this size of specimen, that's it's over 4 inches across, nearly 4.5 inches. It's a great piece, $750.
Actually, if you're looking for like a nice large kind of bookend on a shelf, the quartz on one side, the fluorite on the other, size-wise,
that'd be a nice match.
Yep. Really nice.
Yeah. And this guy's in really good condition too.
It is. It was one of my favorite ones out of a lot. There were it's at least in the upper 2 to 5% of the lot.
Very nice.
Very good.
Wonderful piece.
Yep.
So we got fluorite and quartz. So if you want to go with like the most popular three, we need a Chinese calcite.
We do.
I think we should.
We have one coming up, but not next.
Oh, okay. Well,
but we do have a calcite.
We do.
It just happens to be from Romania.
Yes.
And
hello.
Yeah. Isn't this a nice thing? I believe
like
you were
these.
telling me, Richard, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you told me this might be an ex-Gerhard Wagner
It is
piece.
indeed, yes.
That's a great collection that this piece came out of.
Yep.
And it's calcite with quartz, and it's from the Kavnik mine in Romania. And Kavnik mine has turned out some incredible mineral specimens over the years. And this is super aesthetic. It's got a druzy quartz matrix, and then several generations of carbonate on the quartz. So you got these spherical crystal clusters that are there on the quartz matrix, and also some smaller, darker calcite as well.
Calcite or dolomite?
Dolomite, I'm not sure which.
Yep.
I haven't held the piece, but it almost looks like they could be calcites from the photo.
Gotcha.
But anyway, beautiful little specimen. And again, a really good size piece. This is not a thumbnail or a toenail. This is a significant piece. Maximum dimension is 4 inches across. So
yep, coming in at 7 by 10 by 4.5 centimeters.
yeah, and the largest of those spherical calcite clusters is 2.2 centimeters across. But a really lovely calcite on quartz.
It makes me think of just like a little grouping of little white mushrooms.
It does.
Growing. It's very aesthetic.
Now, the Christopher Clark, you may not realize, but he is in addition to one of the world's preeminent bolo tie aficionados. He is, as well, a collector of spherical mineral clusters. And this one might not be perfectly spherical enough for his advanced
It's a little oblate, but the other thing that I like is I like specimens that have something that remind me of something else or looks like looks like part of the collection. And so and kind of the food ones fit into that category too. So I could see this one being like just a little mushroom if you if you want inorganics that look like organics. And carbonates are a good place to find those.
Right. It's a very pretty piece.
Very pretty.
Nice. And at $375, it's a pretty price too.
It really is. And I would suspect, like with so many of these things, if you went over to China today and said, "Oh, I want to grab nearly 6-inch across fluorite specimen for $600,
no chance.
No chance."
Yep.
And the same with Kavnik, Romania. These are very reasonable prices, folks. And we always try on Minerals Live to give you a good value. And we hope you enjoy what Richard has selected for you today. They're really, really nice pieces.
Yep, I spend a lot of time digging through flats trying to find the most aesthetic pieces for the best price.
Yeah.
Steve's mistakes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Catch him on a bad day.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, that's a good deal, and we'll head on now to specimen number 4, which is indeed the China Calcite.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is another example of what Christopher was talking about a little earlier. Not only does the iron oxide go inside the quartz crystals, but it can also precipitate on the calcite crystals and then be covered up by more calcite. So this is a calcite from Tonglushan in Hubei province in China. And again, a really good size piece. Richard is being very generous with the specimen sizes today.
Yep.
And if you thought the others were reasonable, you won't believe how reasonable this is. And
we're giving it away.
Yeah. What's the size of this guy,
Steve's,
Richard?
Final show. We're giving it away.
Yeah.
Let me get to this, and then I can talk about it. It is 6.5 by 10 by 4 centimeters.
So again, 4 inches across on that. I believe that's the horizontal measurement there. And the largest calcite crystal there is 3.7 centimeters long.
Yep.
So just a really attractive specimen. And here again, a couple different generations of calcite growth. But both of those, and a lot of, for this particular locality at Tonglushan, almost always seems to have this precipitation of iron on the earlier generation of growth.
Yeah, and and it looks more internal on the calcites, the 2 larger orange pieces, and then kind of a limonite dusting on the other pieces there. Yeah. Very aesthetic.
It really is. This is a very pretty piece, and you'll want to get Richard an email ASAP on this one because it shouldn't last long at the price he's going to offer this specimen at.
$250.
Yeah,
isn't that great?
That is great.
Yeah. 4 inches across.
I was
on
estimating higher
measure.
on that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just what were you thinking, Christopher?
I was thinking about 400.
Yeah. It's a great deal.
Indeed. That's unsolicited.
Yep.
Anyway.
You guys surprise me sometimes.
Shocking. Like I told you, I dig for Steve's mistakes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And there's plenty of those.
You won't tell Brian that. Anyway, moving on. Specimen number 5. I love this little guy.
Yeah, it really is a nice one.
This thing is cool.
I'll tell you, I'm not quite sure that I can make it as an absolute claim, but we were very fortunate some years ago to have come across a incredible lot of Stocknala tourmalines. These are from the Gilgit-Baltistan area in Pakistan. And I don't know how we came across such a wonderful lot of elbaite with albite feldspar from Stocknala. But we got several hundred really great miniature small cabinets, even a couple thumbnails, that were just screamers. And we were able to offer them at such a reasonable price. When we first got the lot, I went into another dealer's room, who I won't mention on air, but had a specimen that was maybe twice the size of this, and they were offering the Stocknala Tourmaline with albite, a couple crystals on matrix, and it was $22,000. And it was at the Tucson show a number of years back, and we had just received this large shipment of these, and I was so thrilled that we were able to offer these at such an affordable price. And we have sold hundreds of these now, and there's just a couple remaining in inventory. But one of the things I liked about this one was that it had a really nice pink tip on one end and green tip on the other end. And I haven't held this up to a strong light. I don't know whether it's has any light transmission through the middle, but I imagine it does up to a good light. But the red on one end and the green on the other end are quite open color. You can see them quite plainly on the turntable here. And then probably a darker green in the center.
Yeah, and those Stocknala, they always have that razor sharp zoning. So sharp. I love that.
And really deep striations, great luster, a really nice tourmaline specimen. And this isn't a thumbnail either. This is a good sized miniature piece. What's the measurements on this, Rich?
It's 4.5 by 2.9 by 2 centimeters.
And here again, he probably, if you ordered this today, would throw in the plastic stand for it if you really desired it.
I don't know. At the price we're offering, we're already giving free postage. That extra 25 cents might put us into the black on. I don't know.
Well, it amazes me that these come out like this, and when you can get them in this good of condition. Because I've bought lots of these myself when I first started, just on the internet, and a lot of them don't come out in this condition. You know, they form these little miarlitic cavities, so just all these tiny cavities that they grow in, and you got to imagine they got to bust up a lot of rock to get down in these cavities to get these little pieces. So when they come out just beautiful like that, especially with the albite in such perfect condition there too, it's just like a little absolutely beautiful. Love
really nice specimen. And what are we asking for this one today?
$350.
Yeah,
it's a deal.
It is.
You can't beat it.
And it's got that little Jimmy sidecar right there too on the top. Boom.
Really nice piece. And I know we have so many lovers of tourmaline that follow our company, because we usually always have great ones. And so it's fun to be able to offer one at a very affordable price, $350 today.
There you go. One last look at that, and we will go back to us. While we queue up specimen number 6, and on Steve's last show.
What?
Would it be?
I had to go back to the Sweet Home stuff. I'm sorry.
That's killer.
Oh, nice.
Wow. You don't get much better cherry red color than that. That's pretty impressive. And this is out of the Detroit City portal mining that we're doing and have been doing since 2016 when we first started work up at the location. And this is out of Dino's pocket, and I think Dino's was a 2019 discovery, if I'm not mistaken. Really good cherry red color. You can see the luster very prominently on the turntable here. The crystal faces are giving off a nice glint as it goes around.
Richard, you were sneaky, because we did a roto show on Friday, and I didn't see this one on the table. You had already squirreled this nut away.
No. I don't do that kind of thing.
No, this is a great piece.
Beauty,
And what's the size on this one, Richard?
This one comes in at 2.7 by 2.8 by 2.8 centimeters.
Okay.
You might be able to squeeze it in the box.
Thumbnail box. Yeah, it's a
file
box
to one of the
buster.
edges.
Yeah. And the largest of the rotoroms there measures 1.8 centimeters on edge. And it's got a little bit of sulfide association, usually out of Dino's pocket. It's sphalerite and pyrite, possibly a little tetrahedrite with it, but normally sphalerite and pyrite. But really, really lovely specimen. If you haven't added one to your collection, I'd strongly consider this one.
Man, that's cherry for that size.
Yep, absolutely.
It really is.
Really sweet little piece.
What are we getting for this one today?
Well, we're asking when we get there. Let's see. It is $2,750. It's the most expensive piece on the show, but well worth it.
Oh, it sure
Absolutely.
is. Yep. That's a fantastic piece, and Dino's Pocket was the best piece out of our mining effort in 2019, and one of the best pockets we found so far in our mining efforts. Interestingly enough, Brian's doing some mining core drilling up there right now at the mine, looking for additional structures. We're going to have a full mining season. We anticipate a full mining season this year. So say your prayers for us. We're going to try to find another series of pockets that will produce some wonderful rhodochrosite. It all sells very quickly when it's coming out. So we hope to be able to refill the inventory a little bit from our 2022 mining.
And as you're out there perusing shows and collections, keep a lookout for some of the best roto that ever came out of the Sweet Home from Steve's Pocket.
Oh, my
there you
goodness.
go. You rarely see those on the market.
Yeah,
really
they're beautiful.
Yeah. But anyway, it's kind of shocking. We did a look around not too long ago to see what was left in the Detroit City inventory, and there's not much.
There's not much. I mean, after 2 years of finding solid, full veins, mineralized veins with rhodochrosite, but no pocket development in those veins, we're really crossing our fingers and hoping for the best this year. They're doing as much science as they can, and lots of hard work will be going into this year's mining project.
Absolutely. Well, Steve?
Yeah.
Any parting thoughts that you would like to...
I think Graham Sutton said it best.
Get the children out of the room, folks.
Shop early and shop often.
Right.
So you want to continue to watch Minerals Live on a regular basis because, as you can see from today's show, there's always some wonderful bargains on the show here. And we also are doing almost daily now Instagram shows from the Collector's Edge, and there's some great deals there too. And we have a great following on Instagram. Well over 80,000 people are Instagram followers, and we have great visitors coming and buying from us through Instagram. It's really that's one of the things that has changed so markedly to me in the last 20 years I've been here at the Collector's Edge is seeing how social media and the internet have really broadened the market for fine minerals.
But one of the things that hasn't changed in the 23 years since you've been at Collector's Edge is your phone.
Yes. My phone has not changed.
Right.
And if you don't believe it, this might be an antique to most of you. It's the I've fallen and can't get up, and it's I can't part with this phone.
He loves his flip phone.
Oh man,
The jitterbug.
yes.
Anyway,
a lot of people like those. You know, just don't want to say dumb phone.
although I do.
Yeah, they're a little easier to work with and don't bother you so much.
That's a better phone,
right?
Well, we thank you so much for watching Minerals Live, and thanks to Richard for all the hard work and putting this together for as many years as we've been doing it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so it's a lot of effort to put it together, and thank you for that. Thank you for the walk down memory lane with me today, Richard.
Our pleasure.
I appreciate
Our
it.
pleasure.
And we'll look forward to seeing all of you the next time on Minerals Live with Richard and Christopher and whoever else they can get to come on, because there's lots of folks out there we'd love to have share the Minerals Live screen with you.
If you would like to be a guest on Minerals Live, as if you can breathe, and you got a chair.
Story time is always wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks again, Steve. Thank you,
problem.
Christopher.
Thank you.
It's just you and me in the future, pretty much.
Yep.
You know?
Well, we'll drag Sean.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thanks everybody for watching.
take care, everyone, and we'll catch you the next time on Minerals Live. See if I can find that picture. It's here somewhere.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not a new one. It's the one I want to do. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Our sign-off picture. Here. Anyway,
There you go.
take care, everyone. Catch
See
you
ya.
next time.
Have a good day.
Yep.